for the people that may not be familiar with you, can you just give a little bit of insight into who you are and how you started and all the good stuff?
Sure. Yeah, I am. My name's Anitra. I have been doing my kind of K-pop reaction channel for almost 2 years. August will be 2 years. I just do K-pop reactions. I don't really venture into really anything else. But yeah, my I started because we were watching Netflix and I saw an
Okay.
ad for a show called Busted, and I was like, it looked kind of like a who done it murder mystery escape room type thing, and I'm like, this
Okay.
looks really fun. But it was Korean and with their subs and stuff, and I was like, hey, I asked my boyfriend, do you want to check it out? We binged the whole season, and we were like, who are these people in the show? Because obviously there's someone. So he looked it up and he's like, oh, one of them's in a boy band in Korea. And I'm like, really? I wonder which one. And it ended up being Sehun from EXO, and I just was like, oh, who are these people? And internet search, and yeah, it just kind of went from there. My channel started out being exclusively EXO only, me
Mm,
introducing other people to EXO because I thought they were so amazing.
cool.
Like,
Okay.
people needed to know about this. This was so wonderful. And then about 4 months in, my boyfriend was checking out everything else K-pop, and I was still just with EXO. And he's like, "Baby, you really need to venture out. There's so much out there." I was like, "Okay." So then I started reacting to a bunch of other people, and as you can see, I am a huge multi now. But yeah, just amazing music, and I fell face first down that rabbit hole, and it's everything. It's like my life.
That's fantastic. That's super fascinating, actually. So, I have not seen a channel that is designated to a certain genre, actually. And that's
Yeah.
actually, this is going to be a really interesting conversation because I think that's actually super interesting. When did you start
Hmm.
your channel?
2018.
Okay.
Officially, it launched like August 2018.
Okay.
Yeah, but I started watching. I dove into EXO like June of 2018, I think, and about 2 months in, I was like, I need to show people this because this is amazing. So yeah.
So, did you start as like how did you start? Like you started as a reaction channel or what?
Yeah, I started as a reaction channel because I used to watch back in the day before I even knew about like YouTube video like reactions and stuff. I used to watch like FBE back in the day, of people like reacting to stuff, and I always just
Oh
loved
yeah, that was
that.
like the original like old people
Yeah.
react to Eminem, right? Like
Yes,
that
yes.
channel was
Teens react to or elders
fantastic.
react to.
I
Yeah. So I
loved
used to
that
watch
channel.
those. Yeah, me too. I used to watch those all the time and I loved them so much.
Yeah.
And then once I started getting kind of going down the K-pop rabbit hole, I would watch other reactors and I loved it. Like
Mm.
I just, and I think that's the whole reason why people love reaction channels is they love, number one, sometimes we don't always have someone at home who loves the same things we
Oh
love.
my gosh, that's so
Yeah.
funny you say that because I literally 3 hours ago, a couple hours ago, a little longer than that, had an interview with somebody else on YouTube, and I had never heard like that mentality, and that's exactly what he said. And
It's true.
I like people have like because I've done a lot of reactions on the channel. People have said like that are not familiar with it, like don't understand it. And I'm trying to always like it's like music because I do a lot more production style talking. Like I
Yeah.
break down the stuff. And I say, oh, it's like music commentary. Like you're essentially like a music critic, but I'm also educating. And like, but that guy, who Josh Binder, Josh Binder. I don't know if you know his channel or not. But he said the same exact thing, and I've never heard that. And it's such a great way to explain it. So I'm sorry to interrupt you, but
Yeah. No,
that is
no, you're
such a
good.
great. It's so funny you say that. That's the second person to say today to say
It's
that.
true though, and there's so many people, so many DMs I've received, and I
Yeah.
go live a lot. I know a lot
Hmm.
of YouTubers, they never used to. I see some of them are starting to do more so now, but
Hmm.
I go live all the time. Like every Saturday, I go live. We have tea time. We get into a little, say what needs to be said about certain things, and but then we follow it up with positivity
Okay.
afterwards to make sure we always end on a positive note because that's very important for us. But so we have a lot of people in the chat, and even when I'm doing reactions and a lot of DMs that I get, where people will express, like I literally have no one at home that I can talk to about this or share my excitement with because like they just don't understand or they'll make fun of me. I have people who've reached
Mm.
out to me about like their parents constantly like saying horrible things like throwing homophobic slurs around or racist slurs around because of the groups that they like and they just don't get it and they're like,
Mm.
how do I say this to my parents that this isn't okay, like,
Hmm.
and they're making me feel bad, and it's I'm just glad that they can go to reaction channels and at least feel a sense of being able to share with
Yeah,
others. You know what I
it's
mean?
so
That same excitement.
fascinating.
Yeah.
That's so wild. I like today after I mean, look, I have like 2,000 reactions on my channel, so I've been doing it for a
Mhm.
while. Like, but the funny thing is like my mindset's completely shifted on it after that. It's so funny how like you know like
Yeah.
I just am so fascinated by that whole mentality. Like it's such a great way to explain it and also think about it.
Yeah.
It's such a, that's such a it's such a new revelation, I guess you could say is the best way to
It
explain it.
yeah, it is. And it's crazy because like every time you react to and you start getting into like a new group that you've never noticed before. And if you
Uh-huh.
like them, obviously you check them out more and more. And and it's like you're introduced to this entire new fandom, this entire new group of people.
Yeah,
And
100%.
it's just beautiful. And especially like for instance, like I said, I'm a huge multi-channel now. I mean, yes, EXO are my old BTS are like right there with them, you
Mhm.
know. But I am a huge multi-channel, and even though there are so many different fandoms on my chats and in my lives, like talking back and forth, like
Mm.
there's just a mutual level of respect that we maintain on the channel. And the
So let's go
second
into that a
someone,
little bit.
yeah,
Yeah.
the second someone violates that respect, they're warned, they're put in timeout by either me or the mods. And if they continue again, they're getting blocked on the channel. We don't play. This is my
You
subscribers
go
have
straight for
called
the
it.
block. That's why. Good for
Oh
you.
no, I don't play. And my subscribers have actually called it our safe place. No,
Sure.
safe space K-pop place is what they called our channel. Is the safe space K-pop place
I
because
hope that you have merch for that. You
I
need
don't
merch
yet,
for
but we
that.
are working on it.
You need
We
it.
are working on it. Yeah. But and I just love that because
Yeah.
they feel safe just
Yeah.
talking about their opinions, and it's fine if people don't have different opinions. There's no problem with that. We're not all going
Mm-hmm.
to think the same, but you have to be respectful. Yeah,
100%. I
that's
love
all
that.
I say.
I love that.